Overflows.
Sex is not human creation introspect. Sex is not in any way a human creation. It has been given to you as a gift from God. But why? Introspect. Introspection will bring deep understanding, and understanding will give tremendous opportunity to explore deeper into the realm of this energy that we know as sex. Love is a rose bush. No one wants those thorns. One would like the rose bush to be all flowers and no thorns. That is impossible, but that comes together. They are aspects of one energy, but I am not saying to you to renounce love. I am not saying to you to become detached. What I am saying to you is make it more and more intense and prayerful. My whole approach is that of transformation, not of renunciation. Transformation is easier than renunciation. You must have misunderstood me. I am not against sex. Instead, I am all in favor of sex, but also for making sex a prayer. The lowest can be possessed by the highest. Only then the pain of it disappears. What pain is there in sexuality? Because it reminds you of your animality, that is the pain. It reminds you of the past. It reminds you of your biological bondage. It reminds you that you are not free. You are under the slavery of instincts given by the nature, that you are not independent from nature, that your strings are pulled by nature, that you are just a puppet in the hands of unknown, unconscious forces. Sex is felt like a humiliation. In sex, you start feeling you are losing your dignity, hence there is pain. We are continuing the insights into life of bliss beyond duality. This is a series which has begun some time ago and continues. More and more insights into the aspects of that part of your life about which you do not want to ask questions, you feel embarrassed. So these insights are to remove those embarrassments from you, in you. Sex is felt like a humiliation. In sex, you start feeling you are losing your dignity, hence there is pain. And then the fulfillment is so momentary that sooner or later, any intelligent person will become aware that the satisfaction is momentary and followed by long nights of pain. The ecstasy is just like a breeze, an illusion. It comes and goes and leaves you in a desert-like state, utterly frustrated and disappointed. You had hoped much. Many things were promised by the instinctual part of you, and nothing has delivered. This was your understanding. But those who are in the inner circle, they know it is not true. They have experienced the magnanimity, the beauty, and the fragrance of this energy that you know as sex and once cause of pain and bondage. In fact, sex is a strategy of nature to perpetuate itself. It is a mechanism that keeps you reproducing. Otherwise, people will disappear. Just think of a humanity where sex is no longer an instinct and you are free at your own will to go into it or not. Then that is why it is important that sex comes into you as an instinctual nature. Then the whole thing will become so absurd. The whole thing will look ridiculous Just think, if there is no instinctive force pulling you, I don't think anybody will be ready to go into sex. Nobody goes by consent, reluctantly resisting. One goes into it unless you are aware and you understand its nature and its beauty and magnanimity. If sex were left to your decision, I don't think people would go into it. There are reasons why people make love hiding from the public, from the people, because it looks so ridiculous. Just making love in public, you know that others will see the ridiculousness of it. And you yourself know it is ridiculous. One feels one is falling below the human dignity. The great pain is there, and that you are dragged backwards. Certainly, sex brings a few moments of utter purity and joy, and innocence too. It brings a few moments of timelessness, when suddenly there is no time left. It brings a few moments of egolessness too, when in deep orgasmic spasm, spreading all over the body, not only over and through the body, instead deep within human body as well, the ego is forgotten. It gives you a few glimpses of God. Hence, it cannot be renounced either. You will find hard to believe this. However, one who has realized this during the act of love making can confirm. People have tried to renounce it down the ages. Monks have been renouncing it for the simple reason that it is so humiliating, so against the dignity of human beings, to be under the impact of some unconscious instincts. Unconscious instincts is dehumanizing, demoralizing. The monks have renounced it. They have left the world, but with it all the joy in their life has also disappeared. They become very serious and sad. They turn suicidal. Now they do not see any meaning in life. All life becomes meaningless. Then they simply wait for death to come and deliver them. It is a delicate problem how to solve it. Monks have not been able to solve it. On the contrary, they created many perversions in the world, and perversions that are condemned by your so-called saints are created by the same people. The first idea of homosexuality arose in monasteries because men were kept together, away and aloof from women, and women were kept together, aloof and away from men. There are Catholic monasteries where no woman has entered for 1,000 years. Not even a small baby of 6 months old is allowed. Just the very idea seems to be very horrible. These monks seems to be really dangerous. Even a 6-month-old girl is not allowed in the monasteries. What does it show? What heart? What paranoia? Naturally, the monk huddled together, and then their instincts start creating new ways, start inventing perversions. They turn homosexual. Homosexuality is really very religious. It is a byproduct of religion and religious understanding. Religion has given many things to the world. Homosexuality is one of them. All kinds of perversions. How you do not hear any of the women making love to the devil. Instead, the devil seems to have lost all interest in women suddenly. There is no devil. But if you keep woman away from all possibilities of falling in love, of being in love, then the mind will start creating its own projections, and of course those projections will be very, very colorful, and those projections are bound to happen. You cannot avoid them. So monks and nuns have not been able to solve the problem in any way. They have even messed up the whole thing more, and the worldly person, the sensuous, the indulgent person has not been able to solve it either. He suffers miserably. His whole life is suffering. He goes on hoping from one hope to another hope, and goes on falling in every failing in and goes on failing in every hope, and slowly a great hopelessness settles in his being. A real approach is neither worldly nor the otherworldly. The approach is not of rejecting something, instead understanding it and thereafter using it intelligently and meditatively. Deep understanding is that whatsoever is given to you is precious, and it has a deeper meaning. You may know its value, you may not know its value, but it is precious. If it was not so, existence would have not given it to you. So you have to find ways and means to transform it. You have to make your love more prayerful. You have to make your sex more loving. Slowly, sex has to be transformed into a sacred activity. It has to be raised. Rather than sex pulling you down into the mire of animality, you can pull sex upwards. The same energy that pulls you down can pull you upward, and the same energy can give you wings to fly in the vast open sky of consciousness.